In the last couple of months, close to a year now, we've been working on a major project. You work with a team that's doing the Green Jobs for Youth Pact. What's that? And then I think one of the things that we've done is a lot of advocacy work around getting young people into employment. But you've been in this space for a while. What's working and what's not working in this country when it comes to job creation, green jobs creation?
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. I am not as busy as you say. So I work for UNEP. I'm based in the regional office for Africa here in Kenya. I have to segue a bit. Before the work I do now, I used to work on sustainable mobility. And I was so excited to see Mr. Romano here because we had stories outside about how when we started having the conversation on electric mobility in the developing world and finding people like him who were just out there bravely with no one ahead of them. And so for me, I'm just so happy to see this coming together. Real quick, UNEP, ILO, which is the International Labour Organization, UNICEF, they came together about 2 years ago now, and they realized it's not just them, but those are the three that met at a big conference in Sweden. It's called the Stockholm Plus 50, and they said, hey guys, all of us are doing amazing work on helping grow green jobs for youth. Why don't we come together to just pool efforts? But the idea is to create this collaborative platform for many people to come together to be able, because we need jobs, and everyone says it. If every country you go to, they need jobs, whether it's for youth or that's the difference, but we need jobs. But if we don't do something intentional, the jobs will not be sustainable. So that's the background. I won't go much into that background, but something that's going on now, and it's global. So in Kenya, what happened is and by the way, I'd have to point to my colleague there, Alan. Alan, please stand up and say to everyone. Alan is actually the genius on the ground. So Alan is right there. I was sitting there and I was like, where is Alan? And I saw him and I said, great. We sat down and we said, what can we do in Kenya? And we started just digging. Alan is on side doing all the digging, and he's like, he kept coming back to me. I've never told you this. He's like, there's this Jacob's ladder, and I'm like thinking to myself, a ladder to where? I was like, what's going on here? And then Jacob's ladder, okay, let's meet them. You keep talking about them. And instantly, the energy you see here, we got it. And we were like, here's a partner we can work with. So we started talking, what can we do? They had their ideas on things they were doing. We had ideas. But the thing that we all came together on is that Kenya has an amazing network, ecosystem of people doing different things. And instead of coming up with a new activity and say, we are going to do this, why can't we be the force that brings everyone together first to be able to say, hey, here's Take Stock, here's what we're doing, here's what's not being done, here's what can be done. Out of that came, this amazing coming together of different people, for me, which I'm really proud of, even if we've not necessarily said, here is a side activity, but we're working on a framework which will help Kenya pull in the right direction. I want to stop there because you need to hear from Anne, because when you understand the beauty of what's going on in government, and I say that as a Kenyan, where I know for a lot of us, we don't know what government does, but when you meet Anne, you realize there are people who don't go to bed because of the responsibility they bear on their shoulders. So I just want to say thank you for all of you. You're all doing amazing things. I'm not just saying lip service. I don't even know where we spoke after these guys. We should have spoke faster than people listened to these amazing stories. But thank you very much. That's what we do. There's a lot of other things, obviously, UNEP does, but that's why I'm here. And thank you very much. Cheers.